Oh, friend, somebody to lean on. Hey guys, and welcome back to Shit Happens Podcast. My name's Kayla.
Oh, my name's Akira.
And this is a podcast where we basically talk about all this shit that be going on through our fucking lives. Okay? Alright, so today's episode, we're going to talk about something we all engage in, and I'm pretty sure it takes up a lot of our time, maybe sometimes a little bit more than need be, is social media. We're just going to get into it. What effects do you think social media has had on the world as a whole? Hold on, let me put him away. Because I don't know why every time we record, he wants to get crazy. Like, nigga can chill and sit down any other time of the day. Soon as we start recording for the podcast, y'all, nigga want to start running around making all the damn noise in the world. What do you think social media has affected? What effect do you think it has on the world as a whole?
Honestly, I feel like it kind of had a negative effect on the world. I mean, I feel like it's positive in some aspects, but like it's pretty negative. Like it's very graphic on social media. Social media is very, very graphic.
What do you mean by graphic?
Like we be seeing people dying.
Yeah, that is like, crazy.
And other shit, fights and all that. Like it's very, very graphic.
I definitely see that it has negative effects, but I wouldn't. I just feel like a lot of people, they really just focus on the negative more. Like you see all these social media, like the shade room and the no jumper and all that. They mainly focus on the negative and the bad things. So when you have high profiles like that on social media and everyone engaging in them, of course the world is gonna focus on like the bad stuff more when they really should cater to the positive stuff more. I feel like if they catered and posted more positive stuff, social media would change so much. But a lot of like mass media and like blogs and all that shit, they like the drama because that's what people will engage in. So it's really fucked up to say. I feel it's affected, the effect social media has on the world. Let's go back to times when technology first was like introduced. We were like kids when technology first introduced, so we wasn't really on that until like the DS's and like those type of stuff. But that wasn't really like social media. That's just like electronic. When did you first get into like social media? What age? That was
like middle school, like 6th grade.
I think the first thing I got into was Instagram, but that's when Instagram was only used for like making like posts,
just pictures,
post like people would post quotes and shit like that. Remember when people would just post quotes and shit on Instagram? That's all I used it for. I wasn't even supposed to have an Instagram. My mom wouldn't let us, so I had to like sneak make an account until I got to like 7th grade for real. Then I was allowed to have one, I guess, because I started posting like pictures and shit like that for real.
And we had Kick too.
Yeah. Oh gosh, Kick caused some trouble. I was a badass. I was just, oh my god, let's not talk about Kick. Just talk to anybody on that bitch. You really could. Like, people would just add, you wouldn't even know who the fuck they were. And you would just start talking to them. That's really dangerous.
Exactly.
I'm happy we knew how to use social media, though, responsibly. I don't know how. Maybe because our parents put so much fear in us.
Honestly, bro.
Back then it was more cool. As it progressed, what really happened?
I remember when Instagram introduced videos, bro. Like I still.
You could only post pictures on that bitch. Like what was it? 15-second video at first?
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. I think as the social platforms just keep developing, people start finding new ways to use it, and they use it for either a positive thing or a negative thing, and that really just dictates how the world is gonna view it. And social media could really just be really a great thing for this world if it wasn't for stupid ass people and weird creeps and all the other shit that feeds into the negative parts of social media. Yeah, it can really be great. And how has social media affected you?
I feel like it's positively affected me. Well, positively and negatively, because like before I would always like compare myself to things and people that I've seen on social media. But then like after I got older, I realized like it's literally just for fun. Like
exactly, to just like
just be yourself,
display
like,
you,
exactly.
and so you can have memories to like look back. It's literally just like a outlet of you. You know how your room is an outlet of you and describes you? So is your social media platform. And I hate when people try to like paint it a certain way that's not really them, because when you meet them in person, they give you a whole nother vibe. But for social media, they want to paint this whole other picture of somebody else who they want social media to see. And that part really like irks me, because then I don't like being around the people. I can't really like laugh and chill with you, because you're gonna take everything so serious. Like if I post a picture of you and you be like, no, like, bro, shut the fuck up. Why, like, or something like when it's like not that deep and people take it so much deeper. I don't even know how to explain it, because like I can understand not wanting an ugly picture posted, like, you know, getting caught off guard, but I feel like sometimes it's taken too extreme. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Do you know what I mean though?
I mean, yeah, I get what you. I mean,
I don't know how to word it.
Saying, but like, I don't really feel like that's. Like,
I feel like I used a bad example.
Yeah.
But do you know, like, what's a better example that could describe that scenario?
What are you trying to, like, what's the main, like, point of what you're saying? Like,
when people start, like, acting different, like, for social media and start to, like
put on a
persona for social media, but in person, like, their persona is something, like, totally different. Like, sometimes, like, you could be more goofy and, like, chill down to earth in person, but on social media, it's all, like, oh, no. I'm a boss ass bitch and that's it. Like, okay, again, you can be a boss ass bitch and still be like goofy and chill and down to earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but sometimes people don't really like people seeing that side of them. Like,
why?
Because they just not comfortable. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the part that frustrates me. Because
why does it frustrate you?
Because you should be comfortable with all parts of you and not care.
I mean, yeah, but not everybody is comfortable like that.
I know, and that's the part that just makes me
like, upset you though, or frustrate you.
Okay, but I guess I didn't even look at it like that. That they could probably just be insecure of those other parts of themselves. I just feel like sometimes it'd be shady though. Like, I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna just drop it like that. If you get what I mean, you get it. For the girls that get it, they get it. How has it affected me? Well, like I said, when I first started social media, I was like in 6th, 7th grade, and I would just use it, of course, like, you know, post pictures with your friends and all that shit. And then as I got to like, I mean, high school too, same. And then as I got to like college, you know, I started my podcast and my career, what I want to do for a career. And I think that's when it really started like fucking with me, because I would see other people who have their businesses on social media and it will take off like in just a week or a month or 2 months. And then here I am a year in and I'm still exactly. And so that's how it like affected me at first. And then I had to realize that everyone's process is different. Like, it might take me years until I get to want to be, but I could literally be like, you see what's on my thing up there, you're a legend, right? That's where I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for legendary. I want to like be legendary, like I want to have an impact on this world before I die. And so maybe that's what God has in store for me, and it just takes time for that to happen, and that's why it hasn't happened yet, and that's why he's not rushing the process, even though I wanted to. Come on. But I really need to slow down, because when that do happen, I'm probably going to be wishing for these times back. Okay? But yeah, I say that's really how social media affected me. But now, I don't give a fuck now. I was just talking to Akira about before we started recording, how I say I'm not going to care anymore. Like, I'm just going to post whatever. I'm going to do whatever I feel like in my vlog. Not whatever now. Y'all get the gist. I'm going to be Kayla. Like, the authentic craziness, all that, very much, always too much Kayla on my podcast and in my vlogs. And because sometimes I'll be editing and I'll feel like, should I take this out? Is this too much? And like, are people gonna be like, okay, she wilding and shit? But I want people to say, yeah, she wilding. Like, now I'm looking at that as a positive thing. Like, anytime somebody calls me crazy or they ask me, what's your problem? Like, you're weird or anything like that. Before, I used to get really offended by that. I'm not gonna lie, because I heard it a lot and I used to think something was wrong with me because of that. Like, okay, am I supposed to conform? But now I take it as a compliment, and I always say thank you when somebody says that to me, because I do. Like, have you heard me say that before? Yeah, I always say thank you now when somebody call me weird or ask me what's wrong with me, or I do some like crazy ass shit and they look at me funny. Because like that's just me, baby. You don't like it, go. Do you think trends take away from people's authentic self?
Hell yeah.
How you think so?
Because they're not being themselves or following a trend.
Yeah.
You know what other people are doing.
I think it depends, because I see some people, they take trends and then they twist it into like, okay, I'm gonna do this trend that everybody do it, but I'm gonna put my own little twist on it. So I like when people do that.
Like that's not, I mean,
it's still doing the trend, but it's not letting the trend take away from who you are, because you're still adding your personal
so
self.
That's still them being authentic.
But do you think that, like, as a majority, the world, it takes away from people being their authentic self?
Yes.
She's like, yes, bitch, my answer didn't fucking change. Like,
yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
Because I feel like following trends is just like trying to fit into a group of people. I mean, like, I understand, like, sometimes, because sometimes there are trends that are like, oh, okay, like, I really like this. And
yeah, it's cool.
Hop on it or whatever, but like,
some of them shits be dumb though. I'm not gonna lie.
Every single thing, like,
some shit be so stupid, and then everybody be doing it, and I get sick. Like, there are times you ever be on TikTok where you see the same fucking video and you just keep scrolling. Yeah. But
then I realized it's like not everybody knows everybody. So it's like, oh, they might not think that a lot of people are doing it, but a lot of people are doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a trend.
Yeah, I have seen like some people be like, oh, I'm gonna try this. I saw it on da-da-da. And they're like way late, like the trend has passed already and everything. That's fine, I guess. I just wish more people would do what some people do, which is like put their own self into the trend instead of putting on personas. Oh God, social media like is like the queen of putting on a persona, and that shit really like fucking bothers me, because I'm so like advocate for be yourself all the time. Mm-hmm. So when I see somebody not doing that, it pisses me off. But I guess everybody goes at their own pace. But I feel like you reach a certain age though where like, come on now, you still trying to people please other people's view on you and judgment? You reach a certain age. Like, how long are you gonna let it last?
Some people, I don't know, some people don't like change. So they just keep doing the same thing.
But you'll never truly be happy like that though. You're not even comfortable. It's called masking. Because when you come back to yourself, your true self, by yourself and nobody's around, do you not feel like, that was a lot of work? Because I know when I used to mask, that's how I felt. Like, when I used to mask and like try to put on a different persona at work at JD sometimes, because I didn't want people to know I was like crazy and shit like that, and I would just try to be quiet and chill, Kayla. Even though sometimes I am quiet and chill, Kayla, I start turning on and off. But sometimes when I try to mask, it was like, if there were a time where I didn't want to like have a loud outburst, but I was like, don't do that, that's weird. People are gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why did it just cut off randomly? I don't know. Anyway, you guys, last question is pros for social media. You want me to start? No. Well, the camera fucking cut off, so basically we're just repeating what we just said.
Like, it was good because people get to display their talents and their craft and stuff. You know, I like
and
seeing
get discovered.
Like seeing like different things that people can do.
Like, think about it. Justin Bieber posted his singing on YouTube and now is a pop star. Right. Who else got discovered from
$200 million? Like,
he what?
He sold his music catalog for $200 million.
What does that mean?
His music. I honestly don't know. I feel like it's just like
all his old shit that he don't really give a fuck about.
I don't know.
I would do that too. Like, that's all the music that his label probably like made him do. You know, when he was a kid, when he was like 12 and 11. Yeah. So I would sell that shit too. Get a couple bands off of that shit. The fuck, that shit ain't got nothing to relate to him now. It's like, baby, baby, baby. I still play that shit though. And I was saying how a pro about social media is like it helps us stay connected to like just people in general. Like even though we don't really necessarily care about what's going on, I'm gonna be real. Even though we don't necessarily care about what's going on in our old classmates or anybody we knew in the past, like what's going on in their day-to-day life, you can't admit that you don't think sometimes, like when you click on their like and you see their story, like, oh, so that's how they're doing, or I'm glad they're doing well, or oh, it's cool to see them. It's cool to see a different version of them than we saw in high school. So I think that's a cool aspect of social media. And the fact is, we're going to see that until we're all in our 40s. And because why would I just unfollow the people from high school? Like, I wouldn't.
Really don't give a fuck.
I mean, unless their shit just stopped popping up on my thing, because I know my page is going to continue to grow. So, I don't know. We'll see when that line comes. I really do want us to have a high school reunion, though. If I got to put that shit together myself, I will. Yeah. We didn't have no prom. We deserve at least a high school reunion. Yeah. And I want it to be prom themed. When should I wait to do it? I think they would.
You think so?
Yeah. Because we didn't have a prom. Like, the fuck? Like, hey, you can bring whoever you're with now to be your date and stuff. It'll be definitely more fun because we're older now. So, nigga, we can get lit for real. That's it, you guys, for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. If you do, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Shahama's podcast, baby. And Akira also had, go ahead and shout your social medias out. Let them know where to find you.
At Insecure. Insecure with 2 eyes. And Chroma Crew. 3 Ks at the end.
Yeah, and all my socials will be linked in the description along with hers. Again, thank you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe again, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Should we do a thumbnail for this? Yeah. What should we do?
Social media, just do us on our phone.
Oh yeah, I got a phone.
Like
oh no, we should do like a Leave me alone, bro. How about this? My grandpa old phone. This shit hard. If I can get this shit to start working again, I'll be hard as fuck. Use it to make phone calls. And then use that phone as like a fun phone. But this can actually be my phone call phone. It's a trap phone, nigga. What fucking mean?